No! That's not what I want to drink. Get the cat! They gave me a fucking protein shake! And she threw it at me! I don't know, there's 14 grams. Maybe I will drink it.
There's something in it.
All right,
there's
hold
no
on.
whiskey in it, but hey Mike, I'm putting your chair up right now out of respect and tradition.
I appreciate that.
Welcome to a new version of the Whiskey and Wine podcast where Alex gets to sit alone up in the studio and Mike is quarantined at home. But the chair is up like it should be.
All right, see, all is it might not be all is right in the world, but at least there's some things that are the same.
Yeah, exactly. Well, welcome to the Whiskey and Wine podcast. I'm Alex.
And I'm Big Mike, aka Quarantine Mike.
So we got ready to record today, and typically Mike gets his stuff done in the morning, I get my stuff done in the morning, and then we get organized and we're gonna watch a little football and everything else. And somebody was forced to take a COVID test because he's been whining a lot about how he feels and everything else. And that ugly ass lollipop turned up positive.
And I didn't believe the first one. I tried to explain to my missus that it was old, expired, dusty, and we shouldn't buy into the lies it was stating. So then she busted out version 3.0.
Like, oh shit, that one still says the same thing.
I got 2 lines. So, yeah, very
Yeah,
weird
so
doing this in bed with the drink in my hand. I mean, I'm not gonna say I like this.
I mean, it doesn't suck. I mean, you could get rousing drunk and not have to drive home. There are advantages to this.
Yes, there is.
But we had to do an episode this week, at least one episode this week, because you and I are playing each other in fantasy football.
Yes, this
And
was too good of a week. I mean, there's no way we could have skipped it.
no. And well, I mean, the way I'm getting my ass handed to me, I would have been okay skipping it and just saying, okay, Mike and I played each other and words were said, so no episode this week.
Well, like I said, don't buy into I mean, I'm liking the way it stands right now, but
Yeah, I'm down to a
Henry's
30.
blowing up. You got 21 out of him.
Yeah.
We both
But
have 4 guys going. So you got 4, I got 4. You never
yeah.
know. I looked like this in Arizona last week at Parents Week. Actually, same exact, I think, 70-30, and I was on the 70, and I lost by 30 points. So
Yeah.
I don't
So
want
I'm
to toot my horn yet, but I'm just saying don't buy into those percentages, ESPN, because whatever AI software they're using, they're based on lies.
okay. All right, great. I'll totally believe that. So this week, because you're in a different place than I'm at, we're drinking a little something that we knew we both have, but for some reason we've never tasted. So this week we're doing Maker's Mark.
Yeah.
Just the standard bottle. Well, not the standard bottle. I've got the big motherfucker because it's what I make all the old fashions with and mixed drinks and that kind of stuff. It's it's a good daily drinker that's not super expensive at the big bottle price. So, I mean, hell, it's a big enough bottle. It's got the little plastic pour preventer in it. So, here I've got your glass here. So I'm gonna cheers to keep the tradition going here. All right, cheers. There you go, buddy.
I'm
I don't even
facing
have.
your house right now. I have my glass in the air.
Mm,
Mm.
that's not bad.
It's a reason why you can find it everywhere, at every restaurant, at every bar.
Yeah, yeah. It's not Jack Daniels. It's a little bit better. It's reasonably priced, and it counts as a bourbon.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, so you got back from Arizona this last week from Parents Weekend, and
Yes.
I remember texting you guys and everything else, and Katie was unhappy about the temperatures that you guys were experiencing. Like,
Yeah, we always love to go in October or November because normally, you know, depending on Oregon weather, it's,
yeah,
high 90s there and, could be on a good October, November, 60s or 70s, but we were
yeah.
a little bummed at first because we gave up 80-degree Oregon weather to go to 112 during the day, and we got to the 80s, but it was at, like, midnight, and it was about 86.
Yeah. Yeah, so there was a little bit of sweating going on there.
Yes, yes, dude. Kickoff game when we went to on Saturday, it was kind of funny, like, they probably did it purposely just to fuck with my wife,
Yeah.
but ASU has not had a game before 7. uh, Including the one that they just played this week, that
Yeah.
they with the major upset they had. We'll get into that later. But even that game this week was 7. So ironically, the only game thus far this year earlier than that was Parents Weekend at 5 p.m. Well, we walked into the stadium and the temperature, I believe, was 111.
Oh my god. No. No, 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 no.
It was by far the hottest sporting event I ever been to. I mean, it was fun. We were with the Fernandez. We
Yeah.
had our kids. We had some, other kids from the ASU that were hanging out with our kids. We ended up meeting
Yeah.
at fourth quarter, but it was hot.
Yeah.
In the shade the whole time. We could have had it way. We had great seats, lower
Yeah.
bowl in the shade, but I mean, 111 to kick off a game.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was hot. Good game.
That
Won. Took the lead with 19 seconds. Like,
Yeah, that was
big
a fun game to watch.
Big 12 win. Like, I'm not, dude. Everything was great. It was just like it was so hot we couldn't even. I think Jerry. I don't want to. I think he only. I had one beer. I think he had two. So between the four of us, which is very unusual to only have that small amount of alcohol, but it was
It's so
just
hot, it's hard to do anything.
yeah. I mean, luckily they had water refill stations there, and like no joke, I honestly can truthfully say I probably drank damn near 20 bottles of water during the game. I
Oh,
was
I
just
don't doubt it.
as you drank, it would come out, and it was like we finally had a breeze. We ended up standing up for a large portion of the game because our seats were good, but there was no
Yeah.
breeze where we were at. So it was just a nice enough breeze that would kind of cool down your soaking wet, damp t-shirt from the amount of sweat that you had.
So, this was not an attractive day for you.
Let's put it this way, after the game we sometimes will rally, we'll go do things, sometimes go out to the bar depending on win, loss, or tie, draw, or whatever, go
Yeah.
back to the apartment. We were all so it was, and it's just the heat too. The heat
Yeah.
zaps the energy
Yeah.
out of you, right?
Yeah.
We actually ended up going back to the kids apartment, putting our swim trunks on, and we literally just all of us sat in the pool.
I don't blame you, like, you just wanna there's something about, like, a nice cold shower or something like that, but if you go and take a shower back at your place, you're probably done for the day. So if you
Yep.
go and get in the pool, at least you're still being social and you're cooling down and everything else, but holy crap, yeah, no, that's as much as we were kinda sad to not be able to go down because of all our commitments up here, let's see it 111 degrees. Oh,
Mhm.
okay. I'm fine not making that.
No, yep, it was hot. It was hot. Had fun. Wouldn't change it, but yep, it was a hot game. Things were done differently. Like I said, the fact that I had one beer during a whole entire football game, and
And that's usually your, pre-leave to go walk to tailgate
oh
amount.
god, yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, the funniest part was too is we pre-funked pretty good. I don't remember the exact house that our daughters took us to, but we did end up going to a frat party about 1 that afternoon. So if you can imagine, if it was 1:11 at 5 during the kickoff, I don't even
Yeah.
know how hot it was at this frat party that we went to, but it was so hilarious to me because they had 2 kegs, one behind the bar that pledges were pouring, along with they had those old school, like, Kmart plastic pools, right? The ones
Oh,
that are
yeah.
18 inches deep, right? So they had seltzers in all of those with ice, and then they had another keg. And I mean, I give them credit because I know at some point there was ice in these vessels, the trash can cooling the keg, and then the swimming pools cooling the seltzer.
Yeah.
But by 1 p.m., even ice isn't cold. So it was funny, dude. The kegs are all foam. It was barely tepid. Like I and it wasn't anything I'm just like, how do you hold the vents here?
Yeah.
It
Like
doesn't make sense to me.
you're gonna have to pay, like, 5, 6 grand in either, uh like, expensive coolers to keep everything in, or you're gonna be just have one of those ice trucks out back where it's just you keep bringing buckets of ice
Well,
in.
and I'll be honest, I'm surprised, and I know they're kinda expensive. I think the one that we have at Tap's like 3,500. So, I mean,
Yeah.
but I kinda would assume that some of these, off-campus residents that they hold these, little gatherings, I would assume at some point they should probably buy an ice machine
I mean,
because the amount of bags that there must be buying, like,
yeah.
I I
And
don't
they
know the
only
exact.
last for, if you start icing at, say, like 10 o'clock, because you're assuming parties are gonna start soon and you want stuff cold. By the time the party starts, the ice is fucking gone, and what are you gonna do? Send some, like, half buzzed pledge to the store to go get another 20 bags?
Like I said, we
No.
got there at 1. I could tell that there was ice in there because the water was cool to the touch, but there was not a single ice cube still in the Rubbermaid plastic trash can. It was just a keg with a lot of water, and I'm like, I mean, I can't I'm not gonna deduct points for that for them because it's impossible. The one area that they definitely get a few points was they were gonna barbecue for Parents' Weekend. That didn't go well. Apparently, they only had 1 out of 3 burners working. The
Oh my
poor pla
god.
it was so funny, man. All I wanted was, like, a burger with some buns to help soak up, you know,
Yeah.
these weren't the
Booze.
first drinks in the day. We all pre-funked, met at the apartment a little earlier, all Ubered, being safe, no drinking and driving, no one had rental cars, go
Yeah.
there. Dude, and then me wasn't being a total jackass, but I was like, I bet you if we take these Costco frozen patties to the driveway, they might cook a little faster than on the one burner propane barbecue.
Yeah, just, put a skillet out in the sun, and I'll bet you here in about 10 minutes it'll be hotter than that grill.
So kegs and seltzers trying to keep cold. I don't blame them. That's just the environment. But I was laughing. I was like, these yahoos, man. I mean, it was
Well,
it
and a
was pretty.
kegerator, like a decent kegerator isn't that much. I mean, the crappy one that I've got up here in the whiskey room was only a couple $100 on Amazon.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
if
yeah.
you
No, I
got,
got same
you know,
same type that I have. I think I bought mine at Costco. It was like
yeah.
$2.89 or something, right?
Yeah, so if you bought, say, 3 or 4 of those for the times that you've got kegs, then, that's gonna keep everything cold with electricity. Like, we're not in the Oregon Trail here, guys. I know as much as the East Coasters think that we're still fighting off, raids from the Indians and stuff like that, you know, we do have electricity. We can keep things cool with technology.
Yeah,
Oh
they might
god,
need a
that's
little help on those details, but no, have fun. Like I said, got some drinks, got a T-shirt, hung out there, went
yeah,
back to the apartment, cooled down, got out of the elements. I mean, even in the shade, they had porta potties lined up. I'm not I'm not high maintenance, right? I
yeah.
I'll piss on a bush. I don't really care, right? The
Mm-hmm.
girls, I did go in one. I came out and I was like, all right, just so everyone knows, it's 110 out here. It's about 3:30 in there.
It's cooking the
It's
blue
literally
water.
cooking. Luckily, it
Like,
was early, so I don't know how much filling of the blue water tank we'll leave it at. I don't want to gross too many people out, but it was still early that the odors weren't quite there. But I was like, I would highly recommend not going in there just on the heat. So then all the girls ended up using the restroom in the house, which they came out and they're like, "Oh my god, it
yeah.
was actually really clean and really nice." I was like, "Sweet." So I was the only dumbass that went inside literally an oven to
To-
take a piss.
yeah, you start peeing in there and it instantly goes to steam.
Seriously, I was trying not to breathe. I was getting lightheaded. I'm like, "Oh my." I was almost just gonna crack the door open because it's like I wasn't. It was one of the nicer porta potties, right? Because they've kind of. I feel like porta potties have stepped up their game a little bit. They have urinals for the men's on
Yeah,
the
but
side,
I
right?
mean, still, there's so much that could make these things at least moderately better, especially if you're in fucking Arizona. Like,
They should
just
have AC. Like I think
yeah,
that could be a lawsuit that there's no
like
type of airflow.
how about a solar powered fan at least to blow some air through there so you're not just closing the door with no breeze and you get like the cooked air of the blue water just like hitting you in the face. Like, I'm pretty sure this is gonna make me pass out, and if I pass out, it's definitely gonna be face first into that urinal.
Yeah, no, it was hot, man. I've been in porta potties all over. The hot, until this instance, I think it was the NASCAR race in Loudon, New Hampshire, with the humidity and the heat. But dude, you open the door, you could see. You know how look. Sometimes you see heat vapors.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, this is not going to be a good idea.
No, no. I need to do something about this, and I've oh, well, here we go. I
There we
can't just
go.
whip it out in front of everybody because then I'm that guy, but apparently I'm gonna try and not kill myself and, I mean, that's the thing is, like, you went down to parents' weekend where a weekend it was over 110 degrees or whatever, and that's just how it is.
Yeah. Like I said, fun time. Wouldn't change
Yeah,
it. Got to hang out with the kiddo, all her roommates. Like I said, got a win over Kansas. It was close. I think it was 35-31.
yeah.
In Arizona, man, I'll tell you, I, when Madison declared that's where she was going, I was like, well, she's definitely not picking a school based on anything sports related.
This
But
is
this year, I don't know, man. I don't know if it's just a tease or what, but dude, they upset Utah this week. They played on Friday. I had it streaming while I was at the 12 high football game. And I was sitting in front of my best friend's daughter, and I was like, "Hey, P, can I use your hood?" And she's like, "I guess." And I propped my phone up at the ASU game, and I had some Tap for You customers behind me, and everyone just started laughing their ass off. I'm like, "Hey, dude, this is a blowout." They were destroying the clock was already in run mode with the
Oh,
Mercy,
yeah,
they were
the
already up
mercy rule.
35.
Yeah,
So it
yeah.
was like I can watch this, but I gotta watch them, play the Utah game because at the time it was really, really, really close. I think
Yeah,
what were they ranked? I forgot. Were they 16 or 18 or something
something
like
like
that?
that, yeah.
So yeah, they ended up beating them at home, man. ASU's 5-1 this year, and I know they're not gonna break into the top 25 just because their opponents beginning of the season weren't really anything to. But I tell you, another win. I mean, they got two Big 12 wins and they got their first SEC win ever in school history. So
Right?
I feel like if they get another conference win, I kind of think they're gonna have to break into the top 20. I looked at the rankings today, of course, the projected, right? And
Well, and there were some upsets
yeah,
yesterday that, that are gonna screw things up. I mean, the Oregon-Ohio State game, I mean, it's 2 versus 3, and it was a very, very close game, so I don't think that's gonna do a ton. I think Ohio State will drop down to, like, 5 or 6, somewhere
dude,
in there.
that's kind of what I thought. Fuck the poll that I saw today is putting them at number freaking 4. Only
That's it?
dropping 2. Yeah, that well, I told Kate, I said, I don't wanna say there's favoritism and or, different let's be real, Midwest conferences,
Yeah. Yeah.
I I you know what I'm saying, like,
Yeah.
anything in SEC, Big 10, original Big 10,
Yep.
there's just certain conferences that I feel like they are used to being higher seated, right? So
Yep.
I don't know. What I just saw today was from CBS Sports, and it was
Right.
just projections. But I just pulled it up. Yeah, they're saying, of course, Texas not changing,
Yeah.
Oregon moving 2, Penn State moving up 1, and this one's saying Ohio State 4. And I'm like, God, you freaking lost, and you're only dropping 2. But whatever, I get
Yeah.
it. AP. I know what.
But there's enough other undefeated teams that I feel like you should drop a few more of those. Like, yes, strength
That's
of schedule, et cetera, but still, I mean, Oregon barely won at home against Ohio State. And I mean, a lot of the stuff I was seeing is like the home field advantage of Autzen should be something like it's worth 12 points. So if they're playing away, they get their ass handed to them. So I don't feel like it's a signature win, but that, I'm sure Duck fans will be like, "Are you kidding me? It was a god gift and blah blah blah." And
I'll tell you one thing, man. It was cool to see Oregon back in the spotlight of like ESPN.
yeah. Yeah. And
I didn't wake up at 6 to watch College Game Day, but I
oh
record
fuck
them.
no. No.
And it was fun hearing all not just the people that were here like McAfee and Saban and everyone, but it was cool to see and hear all the love, it's beautiful out here, the trees and everything. And
Yeah.
let's be real, they I don't know how many times in October you could have a game that was it like 77 yesterday down there or
Yeah,
something?
72 degrees at game start. And
So
I
it was
mean, like,
like,
that doesn't get much better for mid-October in Oregon.
no, especially these Midwest teams coming out. They must be thinking, holy shit, is it like this all the time?
No, 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 no. Just always believe that it rains all the time. Don't move here. Don't move here. Don't move here. Well, and I was at first surprised at how many red jerseys there were in the stands, and then I realized, oh right, if you grow up in Ohio, you're gonna move out of Ohio. So there's probably a lot of people who moved here or at least near here that are originally Ohio State fans, and now they can come watch a game, for their Buckeyes really close to their new home. But yeah, no, I get it. You're not gonna continue to live in Ohio if you grew up in Ohio.
No,
And we
not
went
at
so yesterday we went, some friends of ours have a kid that goes to Lewis and Clark and plays for their football team. So that's kind of small college football and everything else. And what's funny is the difference between going and watching, say, Boise State and meeting those boys and then watching Lewis and Clark and meeting those boys. The running backs, they're about the same. The wide receivers, they're about the same, probably, slightly different skill sets, but the lineman difference is enormous. So you get into the big D1 schools and you've got these 6'5", 320-pound, all muscle and athletic, uh, O line or D line or whatever it is, and you get into a smaller school like they played Linfield, so Linfield or Lewis and Clark, and the O line's just not that big, so those really enormous guys are getting pulled to the bigger schools. So it's hard to run up the middle when you don't have four guys that are ridiculously huge and athletic.
all. No, yeah, you're right.
So it was a fun time. Going to a game at Linfield was kind of adorable because people are bringing their dogs in. They don't even scan the ticket. They just kind of glance at it and give you a hand stamp, kind of like you're going to a high school game. And
They just boop with their
yeah,
mouth.
yeah.
Good to go.
I'm like, I've got a barcode. Do you want to scan it? We don't know how to use the scanner. Okay, that's fine. Like
Oh, that's
we
fucking
had
fun.
we had seats, and then we could just walk around the whole field, and it was, it's a different atmosphere. It was a lot of fun. So, but again, only 70, it was 72 degrees. And I was thinking, God, if it was any warmer, I'd probably really start to sweat. Oh,
Who would have thought, man? Our October's off to a great start. I saw the forecast. I know what's coming.
yeah.
I knew that it wasn't going to be like this forever. But I'll tell you, man, I lived in this state many years. The fact that it was 80 to kick off October, and we're having what 77-degree weather this whole weekend. I mean, it's freaking.
Yeah.
This is not bad at all. I tell you.
No. No. I mean, we've gone through Octobers where it just starts pissing and it's 45 degrees and you're instantly like, all right, where are we going? What trip are we taking that gets us the fuck out of this?
Yep. Yep.
But it makes a longer summer makes this pretty and worth it and everything else. But somewhere around February, it'll be like, fuck this. I want out. I need out. I can't deal with, 31 degrees in the morning and I can't get out of my cul-de-sac. Great.
I know. That's why I keep telling everyone. I'm like, just enjoy it now, because everyone knows what's coming around the corner.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Oh, hell.
I kind of like this drinking in bed type stuff. I might just have COVID all the time.
You keep claiming that you have COVID. Like, yeah, okay, Mike. Like, can we start doing episodes like late at night so I can just be drinking and then I'll fall asleep to us just having a conversation and like, oh, Mike, you won't fall asleep to my voice. That's so cute.
Dude, Derrick Henry is having a freaking game.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
watching I'm watching the screen split with some games, and then I'm watching the ESPN screen, dude. He almost has 30 right now for you. So,
I mean, that's helping, but I'm still only at a 31% chance of winning right
yeah, like
now.
I said, I
I
used to
need
buy.
I need Brees Hall to just shit the bed. That'd be great. And Montgomery to shit the bed because then the rest of them, then I've got at least a chance because all I really have for major points coming up is maybe London and maybe Lamb. Then it's like my defense and Sam Laporta, who has been mediocre at best. It doesn't help that A Chain is not really is on a bye this week, and then yesterday in the middle of the day I get a alert that Robinson Jr. was out. Like, son of a bitch. Like, not only does that hurt my fantasy team, but he's a great he's a great player for my Commanders. So all of a sudden
Yep.
I'm getting shit on doubly. Like, damn it. Now we're definitely going to lose to fucking Baltimore.
Well, I told you, I think before we even started recording, we had the meetup on Thursday, and everyone was giving me hell because I sat Brock Purdy, the Niners quarterback, on my bench, but it was
Oh,
already
that was a
hard.
lot of points.
It was hard enough for me. I was starting Samuel. I'm a Seahawk fan, number
Yeah.
one, so it's hard to cheer for the team. Not only a team, but your largest divisional rival.
Yeah.
So I
Ooh.
benched him. Right now, it's paying off. Everyone thought I was done because Purdy, I left 32.1 on the bench. Love right now has 35.06. So
Yeah.
I'm up 3 or 4, but
Why
all
the
it takes is one pick here or
Yeah,
something
right.
happen. But still, the fact that both of my quarterbacks threw over 30 this week, God, but when we were in Arizona last week, I forgot. Was it Burrows and someone else? I forgot
Yeah.
who. They were putting up like 45 each. I'm like, dude, that's on a whole nother level. When your two starting quarterbacks are putting up over 90 combined, that's just insane to me.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I suck at fantasy football, so this is where I'm at.
This
Whatever. Whatever. Like, I'm not even gonna make the toilet bowl. I'm just gonna be somewhere in the middle. Like, I need to stop actually like paying for this. I should just hand over the money and be like, just pretend I participated, okay? Oh shit.
Well, yeah, I'm not going to get any more points because they're up tremendously right now. Green Bay.
Yeah.
There's no point. Do you see the right before my wife made me take the test. I was checking out this game beforehand, and they were trying to get a little greedy before half, and they were trying. It was only like a minute and 20 to go or something, and they were trying to get some points, and freaking
Through the
Love threw,
interception.
yeah, he threw that
Yep.
interception. So I'm like,
Hey,
yeah,
he's still out there right now. I
no,
mean,
no, yeah, they still got him. I mean, I
yeah,
guess it's not even the 2 minute warning, but dude, you're up. What is that? 21?
yeah, yeah,
Like, uh, as a coach, since he was already had that ankle injury in week 2, like,
yeah,
I don't know if I just play way I'd probably be a super conservative quote coach, but looking at the score and coming up to the 2 minute warning, why do you have him out there right now?
right, exactly. Like, why
Especially if
risk?
you're running the ball. I would pull him out. I would probably let my backup or even 3rd string running back get these snaps. I would
Yep,
pull all of my wide like, I would be pulling everyone but maybe my starting tight end in the line.
yeah,
And be
exactly.
like, "Dude, even if they fumble, we fumble it here and they run it back, okay, 6. Go
Yeah,
for an extra point 7, and then even if they onside kick it and can get it,
yeah.
and then score quickly, we're
There's
still up
yeah,
another touchdown," and that's a lot of ifs in a minute or 2
yep.
minutes, you know what I mean?
Oh shit! There, my Commanders just lost to Baltimore by 7.
Oh,
That's
shit.
Robinson Jr. right there. Those are his 7 to 14 points a game. God damn
Yep,
it.
yep. I had to stop watching, Brown game too. I thought they were gonna possibly they did decent against the Eagles, but they lost by 4. The only good news that has come out of that camp, which I would like to share, late breaking news, it sounds like Chubb's gonna start or play in week 7, and guess who's going to week 8 game? That right. Oh,
Oh.
so that was like the
Oh,
best
are you
news I
getting a
got
little
today,
chubby? Are you getting a little
buddy.
chubby?
I got a medium chubby, let me tell you. I dusted off my Nick Chubb jersey today just for the game that's still 2 weeks out.
That's awesome.
So, that was about the only good news that has come out of Browns, I think, this whole year because 'cause they've only won a single game, so we won't talk about that.
Who do they play in 2 weeks?
Unfortunately, the Ravens.
Oh, oh. Okay, never
Yeah.
mind. This
So
is not
so
gonna end well.
your 7-point loss today against, I will predict right now that the Browns' margin will be much larger than that.
Yeah, I'll take just a 7-point loss. I'm okay with that. You know, missing a couple of key players and Baltimore's no slouch, so
Nope.
it's been a solid year for my Commanders. I think we're winning more games than I'm used to winning, so it's a weird feeling. It's a really weird feeling to wear my jersey and not have it be somehow just comical or sarcastic.
What are you guys right now? Are you 4 and 2?
Yeah, we're 4-2 now. So,
Dude, that's nothing to squander over, man.
yeah. Yeah, I don't hate this, so all right, let's see here. Green Bay is definitely going to win here. They're coming out of the 2-minute warning. It looks like Tennessee's trying, but they don't have the ball right now.
Yeah, yep, as long as Colts don't shut it is 4th and 6, but still, they're 22 seconds isn't a whole lot. I mean, I guess if
No.
you run it back
Yeah.
for a quick touchdown, but
Yeah, the that poor Ohio State quarterback last night just not seeing the time on the clock and not realizing what he was doing when he slid and they didn't get a timeout. Like he's that poor kid. Hopefully he turned all his social media accounts private so that nobody can just be blowing him up and sending all the standard Ohio death threats and everything else. Oh, brutal.
oh, don't take Victor. What are we doing? No, let's just every time you do this, I'm gonna lose a yard.
The victory stance with love and kneel
Yep.
down and -2 yards, -2 yards, -2 yards. Like, oh,
He didn't
well,
already have that many rushing yards, so every few kinda hurts.
well,
Alright, that's fine. I
a
can't bitch.
few
I got
weeks
34
ago,
out.
I only won because like Lamar Jackson it was garbage time, and he was trying to run down the field and get an extra point, even though there was no way they were going to win. And he threw an interception, and so my opponent all of a sudden had -6 points off of that, and like, oh, holy shit, I won because he threw an interception in garbage time. Wow. But that's fantasy football for you. Like, the last 2 minutes can fuck you.
Fantasy football, man. You never freaking know.
No. All right, let's see where we're at here. So it's 86 to 72. I have a 31% chance of winning. Yeah. No, this is oh no, it's 86 to 82 now
Yep, you
because
just
my
got your
defense just started, so they start with 10 points. Yeah. Well, this could be interesting, but I get the feeling it's going to end up being like 130 to 92. Yeah. This is not going to be great. Whatever. I hate
dude.
fantasy football and I hate all of you.
I hate all of you.
Oh shit. All right, I got to find a new batch of games here. Yep, there we go.
Oh, that's right. Game of the week. America's game's coming up next. We both have what is that? The Cowboys, right?
Ugh, God, fuck them.
Well, let's see. You got a few. You got actually hell, you got two of your players. You still got Lamb and
Yeah.
Laporta in that game. And then
Yep.
I got the only one that I have is Dallas's kicker, which I'm hoping for another double digit outing from him.
Yeah. Let's see. There's Pittsburgh and the Raiders.
Yeah, I got on Tampa Bay and Saints right now. 10-point game. Tampa Bay's up 7:19 to go. Fucking Baker, man. I tell you, uh, he's kind of proven that unfortunately
It was probably not a good idea to let him go.
that's the Cleveland, man. That going through that many, I don't care who you are, man. You put any Hall of Fame quarterback in that system. I've said it 100 times, and I really, truly, truly believe it. When you're changing head coaches, offensive coordinators, and when you have literally new coaching staff every year, I don't care who you are. Put in a Brady, put in a no one can thrive in that. I
No,
don't care
it's
how it just doesn't matter how gifted and talented you are. When you have one year someone drilling in this system and we're
yep,
doing it, we're doing it, we're doing it, and then next
yep,
year they're like, nope, this is the new system. You can't. I mean, dude, I'm looking at Baker's stats right now. Dude, he's 325 yards, 4 passing touchdowns, even with
3
3 interceptions.
interceptions. They're
He's at
still yeah,
36.9 points right now.
yeah.
So you
Jesus.
you take those interceptions out, dude, and that's another 6. He would have dude, he'd be at a 40 almost 43-point day.
Yeah, yeah, just nuts. So yeah, I think it's just one of those things where you've got to have the right system all around them
Yeah.
and a pretty reliable offensive line and that kind of stuff. Like it just is what it is. Like the Browns are just kind of destined to lose or suffer for so long. Unfortunately, because those fans are at least loyal. I mean, you've got other places where you just got empty stadiums. I mean, my Commanders all through, the last decade, just a half empty stadium all the time because nobody wants to go see that bullshit or
Yeah.
pay that bullshit price or give money to that bullshit old owner.
That's the one thing that blows my mind, man. I think this year is gonna be year 8, but one year I went to 2 games, so I'm getting close to double digits of
Yeah.
going back. Dude, packed, sold out, standing room only. I mean, it's insane that you could have this much change be bad for this many years, and ownership group is a little crazy, and
Yep.
the moves that they do, but for some reason I don't know if it's just because of the geographic location, right?
Or what? Yeah.
But dude, it is the only time I've never seen that stadium full was COVID game, and McCurdy and I were able to do a COVID game, and they capped the attendance at 4,000. It was eerie as hell, dude.
Oh
McCurdy,
yeah.
McCurry and I sitting in a stadium that holds probably close to 70,000, and there was 4,000 very spaced out fans. It was almost apocalyptic type shit.
Yeah, it was like a private game.
Yes, it was weird. But besides that, like I said, man, they have always been full. So my hat goes off to them for whatever reason, the
Yeah,
show of support for the dysfunctionality of of the entire whole. Dude, they go out and they spend money, man. They blow the tailgates are crazy, the
yeah,
lines for concessions are crazy, the stores, like they're out there spending money every home game. So it's
yeah.
though honestly, it's probably the main reason. I mean, it's always nice McCurdy and I hanging out once a year and doing stuff, but dude, the fans are nuts, absolutely freaking just batshit crazy, and I love it.
Yeah, that makes it so much more fun. Like you can go to college games, you can go to pro games, but if the fans are fun, if the tailgates are fun, you know, the at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what happens to the game, you know, whether they win or lose. Yeah, it's nice if they win, but if you have a great time, that's the product that they're trying to sell and trying to keep loyalty. It's a lot easier to make money if everybody keeps wanting to buy season tickets or everything else than, you know, if you've got, say, Commanders fans who are like, "Yep, never mind, we're out."
Yeah, dude, take a picture, my friend. Guess who's up 87-86 right now? Your
It's the
kicker
last
must have
time
your
it's the
kicker
last time
kicked
I'll
the
be
bomb.
winning.
He kicked a bomb, dude. Must have kicked over a 50-yard field goal because you just got
Oh
5
shit.
points out of your kicker.
Yeah, what the hell did he do here? God damn. All right. All right, I'll take that.
I'll
Yeah.
take it. See,
Yeah. All right, yeah. I'm taking a screenshot because it's the only time I'll be leading today.
it's still
Oh fuck. Well, what'd you think of this Maker's Mark?
it's Maker's Mark.
Right. Good easy drinker. I
Dude,
mean,
it's a super good easy drinker, right? Like I said,
it's not
there's a
complex though. Like it's pretty basic.
no, and that's a reason why you can find it everywhere. They've done a very good job of marketing it, as a mainstream bourbon that you can get, a few bucks more out of,
Yeah. Yeah,
over your Jack
exactly.
and your beams. I mean, it's not crazy. I mean, what is I don't even remember what I paid for my fifth. It's I wish I knew. I want to say it's
It's so cheap. I think I'm 40 something for this big, you know, the big bottle. So,
and I was gonna say maybe like 32 for a fifth, which might work out, I
yeah.
guess, if you did it. So I mean, there's a lot of other things out there that for the price point that this will knock it out of the park. There's also a lot of things out there that would, you know, do laps around this too.
Yeah,
So
exactly. Like it's not impressive, but it's readily available. It's a good mixer, that kind of stuff. So
it's
it's
consistent. You can find it everywhere, right? You can go to a dive bar, they're gonna have it. They're gonna have it at a upscale dining establishment. They'll
yep.
have it. They'll have it at a sports bar. They'll have, what I mean? It's just
Yeah, if
it's as far
you're at
as
some place in Europe where they just never have whiskey and you're like, "Do you have makers? Can you make a makers and on ice?" Oh yes, we have makers. Okay, good. Like they're not gonna have buffalo trays. They're not gonna have something like a High West or something fancy, but or even a Blanton's. They'll have makers though. It'll be
yep.
sitting there with the fancy wax neck, and they'll think that it looks fancy and perfect for Americans. So here's your whiskey, you fucking cretins.
I'm not gonna lie. I did while I was in Costco in Arizona
Yeah,
because I told you when I saw you that liquor there. I did check bourbons. There was nothing that really knocked my socks off. Mark Fast did find a super. He was in Phoenix Airport the week before me going to see his daughter up in northern Arizona, and there was
yeah,
I forgot what it was. I think he sent you a picture of some select barrel Maker's Mark.
yeah.
Super cheap. I think it was 50 or $60 for a fifth. Never even seen it. Oregon probably be I'm guessing 80 or 90, and I was gonna buy it. The only though I had two reasons why I didn't buy it. A, it was 112. Bourbon was not.
Yeah,
It
that
was
was
not
not high on
quite
your
on.
list of shit to do, huh?
And number two, I couldn't get out of my head the image of your stag bottle, which I'm.
Yeah,
So I was like, God, I could buy it and bring it home, and then what? I don't. This trip is such a condensed trip as it is. I'm not going to be able to get the right packing things or this and
yep.
that. So we did not do a lot of bourbon drinking anyways with the heat there. But I looked, and they must have had like 2 pallets of Maker's Mark, and I did catch myself every once in a while because I like to look for the slam dunk bottles that I think is that what they call
Oh,
them when
yeah,
they.
yeah, when the wax is all the way down.
Yeah, I don't know why. I think it's kind of cool, but they only do it so often. So I did find myself like going through the 900 bottles in the Costco pallets just to see if I could
Is there
find.
a dunk here?
Yep, because
Sir
ironically,
sir, stop fingering all the bottles.
I think my half gallon. That's what I have always at Madison's apartment for me, and I want to say it's about $30 for a half gallon there. So I already had some makers waiting for me when I got there. I just didn't want to load up. It was a very
Yeah.
clear liquor celebratory weekend.
Lots of seltzers
Yeah, lots of
and
seltzer,
water.
a lot of water, a lot of vodka, a lot of clear tequila. But I was like, dude, I cannot sit around and drink bourbon in 112-degree weather.
No, no. I don't need something that's gonna make me sweat even more, thank you.
Yeah, I already have enough of those issues just based on my weight.
Yeah. Like, the moob sweat's bad enough as is, I don't need help.
Hmm.
Well, what do you wanna give the old makers then?
Well, I mean, coming out of the gate, like I said, the fact that you can find it anywhere. When I say anywhere, I pretty much mean anywhere.
Yeah.
Um, like you said, it might not be the most complex bottle, different flavors and layers. I don't want to bore people with details because I'm guessing, and if you listen to us at any point, you've probably had this 1,000 times.
Yep.
But the fact that it is a staple, um, bang for your buck. Like I said, there's some stuff out there that I don't know if even put this against some of the cheaper bottle and bond stuff,
Yeah.
but it's hard to compare a bottle in bond whiskey to something that's not. So I always try to separate the two. But as far as a grade, I don't know. I feel like this is it's a straight up gold for me, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree. There's not a lot of complex flavor, but the availability is everywhere. The price is super reasonable. But it's a good go-to or tight spot kind of thing. So yeah, I would say I'll give it a gold as well.
Because you can find it anywhere, man.
Yeah.
West Coast, East Coast, Midwest. This is all
Fucking
over the place.
Europe, whatever. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. It's
So
everywhere. That distinctive red wax top is everywhere. So
yeah. So they did a that great marketing on their part.
yeah, right. Make it distinctive in one way or another. And the somewhat square bottle makes it easier to package. So it's like
Yep.
doesn't roll around on you. Well, here we go. Let me make it official here.
All right.
There
There
we
we
go.
go. I air saluted cheers to you.
All right. Well, this is don't get used to this, Mike. You're still gonna have to come up here and record.
I am
But
missing some peanut M&Ms right now.
oh, plus I got Reese's peanut butter cups up here now. So
Oh shit.
yeah. Yeah,
All right.
there's new treats.
There you go.
Well, buddy, feel better. I'm glad we were able to get this recorded one way or the other, even though I never heard you order a second drink or anything. Did you just not want to be shot to death?
Oh,
Was that your
nope.
worry?
Oh, I was smart. I brought 2 in here with me. Fuck, there was no way I was yelling to them anymore.
Yeah, you definitely almost died at the beginning of this.
Yeah, it was a rough start already. I was not trying to push my luck anymore.
Well, feel better, and
Will
we'll
do.
we'll
Good luck. Good luck. We still, like I said, dude, it's a slugfest, my friend. Your defense, your
oh,
kicker, you've
yeah.
already got 15 points out of them. So a lot of it's going to come down to this Dallas and Detroit game because you got 2 and I got 1. So
Yeah. Yeah.
you never
I'm,
know. Your
yep.
percentages are moving up. You've already gone up 4% just in the last 10 minutes. So that's what I said. I don't
Oh,
buy it.
yeah. Okay.
I don't buy those percentages.
Yeah. I don't believe those percentages one bit. Really wish you would have played Travis Etienne Jr. though.
You want to know the funniest part was he was in my lineup as of yesterday because I got scared. I thought Cook might be out, and there's still a possibility he might be out, but I just decided to take the
The save.
gamble on him. Yeah.
Ah,
I
damn
mean,
that.
let's be real. If he doesn't play, I get a 0. Not that ETN, I mean, he got a negative -0.1, so I'm only saving a -0.1 of a point, but it's
Yeah.
like, at least if he plays, ETN went out. Dude, I'm surprised your guy, because you picked up the guy that's starting to eat into his touches, and he only got you 6 points today.
Yeah, no, he's been killing it every once in a while, but he was just kind of a last minute. I need somebody to back up just in case.
Honestly,
And
he was on my radar, so you beat me to him. I was going to handcuff him with ETN because he had that huge game last week. I thought he had like
uh-huh.
what, he almost had 30 points and 2 touchdowns. So no, I was actually going to try to get him, and you beat me to it. So I thought it was a great pickup. Yeah, I know he didn't do shit for you this week as
No,
far
he
as a
didn't.
lot of points, but it's still a
He
great
did
pickup.
.1 less than he was supposed to.
All
So,
right.
whatever. We'll
Oh,
see.
oh, coming up next, I'm seeing the Cowboys. This is America's game, buddy.
Oh, fuck. Fuck the Cowboys. All right, feel better, buddy.
All right, bud. Appreciate it. This is kind of fun doing. Like I said, I don't. It's still not as fun as being there, but I'll tell you, drinking in bed, propped up, watching football. This isn't bad. Don't tell anyone.
Don't get comfy, motherfucker. All right. Well, thanks, guys, for listening. Make sure you follow us at Whiskey and Wine Cast on Instagram. Check out the website. We'll have the merch up here in a little bit, et cetera, et cetera. And let us know if there's something you want to hear, or if you've got somebody you think could make a good guest for the show. So, all right, guys. Thanks so much for listening.
Hell yeah! Till we talk again.
All right, later, guys.
Later.
The Whiskey and Wine Podcast is brought to you by Tapforia, Tigard, Oregon's first growler tap house, founded in 2014. Tapforia has 28 taps including beer, wine, cider, seltzer, gangbangs, and kombucha. Did you know that they are a bottle shop as well now? Stop in for a pint, glass, or growler for a 4, 6, or 12 pack of the latest and greatest offering of our local breweries. Located on Highway 99W in Tigard, visit tapforia.com and follow them on our social media to see what they have on tap each day. Tapforia, craft beer and wines.